What's up everybody, Dolan here, and welcome to part 2 of the COD Zombies Iceberg, where we will be covering the middle and the lower half of this iceberg. So enough of this little intro, let's just dive right into it. I Know When You're Sleeping refers to the creepy message at the beginning of the hidden song for Shinonuma. When you activate the telephone 3 times within the comms room, you will hear the phrase spoken by a mystery man. It is a lyric from the song on Verrucht called Lullaby of a Dead Man. My speculation is that Lullaby of a Dead Man was supposed to be used for Shinonuma, but since Verrucht came before it, they just put it there instead. That, or they just wanted to put something creepy. During research, this one stumped me a bit. The AUG Lullaby existed for Black Ops, but only on the Wii version. At first, it had no wall ammo purchase, but a later patch allowed ammo to be purchasable. The AUG Lullaby wouldn't see a return until Call of Duty Cold War on Die Machine. Main playable characters referred to as Ultimus Richtofen, or the classic Richtofen, in the storyline, has many quotes said during gameplay. Some which refer to sexual innuendo. I really couldn't find anything on this topic other than the fact that he makes a few towards Dempsey, but other than that, there's just nothing I could really find about it. Richtofen's severed head would have been a power-up in Black Ops 2 Zombies Grief mode for the map Mob of the Dead, where when picked up, it could be thrown at an enemy player which would then stick to them and attract the zombies to them for a short period of time. The lead director for Zombies, Jason Blundell, mentioned it in an interview that it was confirmed to be Richtofen's head, which he called it snapping Richtofen's head. On the map Mob of the Dead, there's a jump scare that you can do with the sniper rifle that a few fans thought looked similar to the character reference, but as of right now there's nothing that leads to it. If anything, it was probably just the model they had on hand and throw a close-up of his face in it just for fun. Call of Duty World at War Zombies and Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies were released on February 11th, 2010 and December 1st, 2011 on iOS respectively, which had lower quality recreations of the maps, guns, and zombies for both games, which offered online play that just wasn't all that great. Rather than that, I just really couldn't find anything else about this topic. As stated in Chronorium, obeying Samantha's wishes, Yuri tricks Gersh into activating the Gersh device. The rift created absorbs him, and it allows Samantha to travel through it. Yuri is also absorbed and transported to the Pentagon. In the map 5, John F. Kennedy, Robert McNamara, Richard Nixon, and Fidel Castro have met to discuss the Broken Arrow Initiative to fight Samantha. Zombies were unleashed inside the Pentagon, and Yuri arrived through the portal to thwart their survival. After Ultimus freed Gersh and left the facility, the outbreak ended at the Pentagon and Yuri was then arrested. . Around COD Ghost lifecycle, Black Ops 2, Treyarch's current game at the time, was rumored to drop DLC 5. It would include 4 multiplayer maps and a zombies map. The map would have been a remake of Black Ops maps, but was obviously scrapped and then put in for Black Ops 3's Zombie Chronicles. Find much about this other than the chainsaw weapon on the map Raven the Redwoods that is obtainable. My best guess is that, or some fan speculation of a hidden chainsaw weapon you can get that was rumored in the early days of zombies, much like other theories. Complete the ritual for Pack-a-Punch. If you wait outside and look up after the Marvelous spawns, you can see the plane from Mob of the Dead fly over. Nothing special to it as no one is on it, but it's just a cool little Easter egg that feels like it connects the two maps. Was a weapon on the map Call of the Dead that when used on normal zombies it would turn them into a human similar to a CIA agent from Black Ops 2. But when used on George during his angry phase, would simply revert him back to a calm state, similar to just bringing him to the water. Private Eyes was a cut gobblegum that was featured in promotional trailers for Zombies. It can still be found deep in the files for the game. It would have provided the ability similar to the Sixth Sense perk in multiplayer, allowing the player to know if a zombie was coming up behind them. Flip through one of the buildings, you can find the bottom half of a body hanging from a ceiling to represent a full body hanging that is just slightly out of view. I believe it is supposed to be H. Porter, the man who invented the ray gun, and we will probably just talk about him in another topic. We are the lower half of the iceberg, just so close yet so far to the very bottom of it. I just want to take a moment and say thank you to everyone that has decided to sit here and listen to me talk about random zombies facts on this iceberg. If you want to, feel free to like and subscribe, share the video around. If not, that is also okay. Alright, enough of that subscriber promotional shit. Let's just get on into it. Around Kino, you can find posters related to movies such as Pygmalion or Faust. These have some resemblance to the storyline, as in Pygmalion, it has text on the side that says, "He created a woman, but he gave her a free will," which in the story tells about a professor who makes a bet that he could train a bedraggled Cockney flower girl to pass for a duchess at an ambassador's garden party by teaching her to assume a veneer of gentility. The correlation to zombies with that is found around Kino's radios, where patient 26 bit Sophia and forced Maxis to put her soul into a machine named Sophia. The only thing I could find to this was fans wondering if last-gen consoles were going to get DLC 2, since they did manage to get DLC 1 after rumors floated around beforehand saying no DLC would come to last-gen consoles. All rumors, when later debunked by Activision support, saying DLC 1 would be the only DLC to come to last-gen consoles. The theory that after helping the Ultimates crew teleport to Shangri-La, they are stuck in Siberia and called the Dead. It is believed that either they used a submarine to escape, which is found during one of the Easter egg steps, or that they eventually died, rather it be by hypothermia or overran by zombies. Some think that's similar to one of the other topics on here, that the whole map got teleported to Mars the moon, but again, these are just theories. The other find of this is that H. Porter was going to end his life through cyanide capsule in case of a breakout, which in one of the Doris radios, you can hear him choking and the sound of a chair scraping the ground, which leads to him hanging himself. On the map classified in the power room above a work table, you can find blueprints to the prototype of the bus driver from Transit, showing half of what he looks like as an animatronic and half of what he would have looked like with his suit and skin on, and just some details about him. So when you get to farm inside the house, there is a TV you can activate which can play a series of messages, one being by a man named Jackass Flats, who gives out his coordinates to his location, looking for anyone that could help him and his group. He then starts talking about a mysterious group contacting them, and that a few have already heard voices. Eventually the message becomes staticky. He is then discovered by an unknown force that attacks him, and the message then abruptly ends. It was one of the cut zombie game modes in Black Ops 2. The objective was to make sure the enemy had the meat on their side of the map. If you had the meat with you on your side, zombies would come after you and you would just gain points from there. The player with the most points would win. Other than that, I couldn't really find anything else. Much was found on this, sadly, but the few things I did find was from a quote from Monty that states, "At the orphanage, Edward told everyone his dad was a famous scientist. They scrolled Teddy as a liar on the schoolyard wall." That's pretty much the best thing I could find for this. Mobile port of World at War Zombies on Shinonuma, you can't find Peter hanging from the wood like you can on console. Instead, you can find his grave near the giant 115 meteor, and if you open all doors to the huts, you will receive a shovel replacing your knife, and a message that states, "All areas unlocked. Now go find the grave," which once you find it, you get a prompt to dig, and once done so, you can receive a free Wonder Waff. Originally, the map Moon was supposed to be a map in Paris, as the console name for Moon is named Zombie_Paris. There is no reason as of why this was changed, but fans speculate that one day the map will come as DLC, but Treyarch has said nothing on the matter. The Ammo-Matic was going to appear in both Shinonuma and Doris, but was removed during development for unknown reasons. The perk was going to give a max ammo to the player upon purchase. Some audio can be found in the World at War game files that relate to the Ammo-Matic. At Shangri-La, when looking through barriers, you can see objects that look exactly like the landers and pads from the map Ascension, which a lot of fans theorize on about the map not actually being on Earth, but instead being teleported to Mars during the Easter egg. The only source I could find on this topic is a cut quote from the character Robert McNamara, where he says, "The Wunderwaffe DG2 shoots at 130,000 miles per hour and 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit." My guess is that both the Thundergun and Wunderwaffe were supposed to be in 5, but were cut later on in development in favor of the Winter's Howl. Toten was originally supposed to have a boss zombie that would have appeared at rounds randomly, that would have been an engineer-looking zombie with a wrench, and would have had more health than normal zombies and could deal more damage using said wrench to attack, but was scrapped and then added into Dead Off Arcade mode instead. That's all I could really find about this. Toten was scheduled to be the last DLC map for Call of Duty World at War, but got scrapped and used for Black Ops as the release date was far too close to the Modern Warfare 2 release date, so instead they decided to go with Doris. Kino would have looked the same, just with World at War styled assets. Pablo Marinus plays a major role throughout the zombie storyline. He's mentioned from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 4. He was held captive by Richtofen and his group during the testing of 115, which he describes as them pumping him full of some blue liquid, and believes it was responsible for his visions he was having where he was a knight in the Great War against the Apothicons. In the Black Ops 4 map tagged Toten, you can trigger a jump scare of his face that pops up, which I will play, but it's nothing really scary, as none of the jump scares really are. And that was part 2 of the Call of Duty Zombies Iceberg. I hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully it was more informative than part 1. We are close to finishing this iceberg up, so if you enjoyed this video and want more, I might make another iceberg video either on Sonic Adventure 1 or 2. The choice is yours, let me know down below. Thank you all for watching, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video, and I just want to apologize that it took me a whole year to get this out. To be honest, I completely forgot I even was going to do this part 2, but yeah, I'm going to try to make sure part 3 doesn't take as long. So yeah, thank you guys.